Welcome to the Greater Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living. Hello, I'm Ann Eisele, a minister in training from Southern California. Tonight is the last week in our 4-week journey of exploring emotions. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful journey. A lot of the information will be coming from this month's book, We Were Made for These Times, by Kara Jewel Lingo. During this month's lecture, we will explore how to thrive during life's transitions and challenges with clarity and compassion. And just a quick review, in our first session titled Coming Home, we explored 3 ways of approaching challenges, which are staying present, being open-hearted, accepting of changing life circumstances. In our second session, titled Weathering the Storms, we explored how to deal with feeling overwhelmed in the 5 steps for caring for strong emotions. The 5 steps are recognize, accept, embrace, explore, and allow. In our third session, titled Impermanence and Balance, we explored impermanence and balance through 5 remembrance and the 8 worldly winds. Tonight's talk is titled, We Were Made for These Times, and we will explore equanimity, gratitude, and how all that we have learned has prepared us to live our fullest life. Quoting Maddie Weingast, when the world is your friend, fear will find no place to call home. And when you make the mind your friend, you'll know what trust really means. During the last 3 weeks, we have explored some of Buddhist concepts which can help us be more present and open in our lives and find balance during difficult times. The first concept we're going to discuss is equanimity, also called inclusiveness. The word equanimity in Sanskrit means to look over, to see all around. From a high mountain, able to see all sides and the situation in its entirety. Equanimity is the willingness to see things afresh with new eyes. Sometimes we get stuck because we cling to beliefs and ideas that no longer serve us. Both Holmes and the Dalai Lama said that they would give up any of their beliefs if science proved them to be wrong. They both knew that clinging to our beliefs prevents us from growing and moving forward. Equanimity reminds us to always stay open to new ideas and thoughts. Ernest Holmes used the term new thought to mean staying open to new thoughts, new ideas, new inspiration. And he went on to include staying open at the top, allowing the mind and allowing that flow of inspiration. When we find ourselves in times of transition or difficulty, we tend to cling to people and situations. Counterintuitive to cling on. When we should be letting go, relaxing our grip, and move with the flow of things. The more we relax and settle back, and move with the flow of things, the more we advance where we want to go. Letting go doesn't mean indifference or not caring. It means reigniting your passion, that spark, and seeing love in yourself and everyone. Letting go doesn't mean we don't try to alleviate suffering when it can be alleviated. We get in touch. We touch great freedom when we can accept suffering as part of the path and not a mistake. When we see ourselves as beloved, full of loving kindness, we see ourselves in everyone and everyone in ourselves. And if we have a force with which to meet ignorance, discrimination, and even violence in others so that it doesn't cripple us or make us hateful, when we see ourselves as beloved, we are in opposition to no one. A way to check to see if our perception aligns with reality, because they often don't, is to ask ourselves, are you sure? For example, we might be in a job that's easy for us to do and we're content. Are you sure you want to continue in this job? Maybe it's time for a change. The church of your childhood could have believed God was something separate from you. God was vengeful or would only love you if you were good. You were separated from God. So it might be helpful to check in with yourself and ask, are you sure this belief still serves you? What we need most in times of transition or adversity is to be in touch with what is going well in us and around us, to see the good, any good that is occurring, or any good we are experiencing. Nurturing the good is crucial to our well-being and resilience in the face of change and uncertainty. Sometimes struggle is necessary when we are learning something new. If there's no struggle, it may be because we are repeating what we already know. A successful life isn't a life without struggle. Success is based on how well we do when we are confronted with difficulties. Are we able to rise to the occasion, or do we quit? We may believe that in order to be happy, our suffering has to disappear completely. The key to being happy is that we flow with our suffering or coexist with it. What is important is to recognize that although we may be struggling in times of transition or adversity, we can still be in touch with what is wholesome and good in and around us. Nurturing the good is critical to our well-being and our resilience in the face of change, confusion, and disorder. Nurturing the good is nurturing love. One of the ways we nurture the good is through gratitude. Scholar and activist Joanna Macy says, it's important to be grateful for things when they are going well, of course. But it is even more important to practice gratitude when things are not going well. When things aren't going according to our expectation, gratitude helps to keep our balance in those difficult situations. It calms our frantic minds and supports us to stay attentive to the possibilities that are still there. When I'm in a low mood, if I remember to reflect on what I'm grateful for, a shift occurs and my low mood just lifts enough for me to start breathing and feeling a little bit better. Gratitude has been proven through documented research to lower blood pressure, improve sleep, strengthen our immunity, and improve satisfaction, and reduce conflicts in relationships at both home and at work. Gratitude makes us stronger in challenging times. The simple exercise called 5 Happiness, if done daily, has been shown to increase happiness. So the first part of the exercise is meditate or pray. Second is exercise. Third, be aware of 3 new things you are grateful for. 4, do random or conscious acts of kindness. And fifth, journal about the happy moments from the day. Gratitude is a powerful way to nurture the good. Many people find it quite helpful to keep a gratitude journal. One way to do this is to write down 3 things you are grateful for every night before you go to bed, which also ties back into our happiness exercise. Special rituals are another way to allow us to slow down and savor the moment. A walk in the evening to enjoy just being outside and saying hello to neighbors and nature. A cup of tea or hot cocoa in the afternoon just to take a break. Setting an alarm on a phone to remind us to check in by briefly stopping what we're doing, taking a couple of or a few deep breaths and asking ourselves, what am I feeling right now? Our final topic is, we were made for these times. Sometimes we want to take a leap and leave the safety of our life to see what awaits us. We need to listen to our intuition, inner voice, and have faith to trust it. Whenever we come home to this moment, whenever we engage in mindfulness practice like the ones we've been exploring this month, it prepares us in every breath, in every step, to meet the suffering and challenges of this moment. When we visualize ourselves doing something, the mind and the body experience it as if we've actually done it in real life. When we do that activity or in real situations, our body and minds are much more prepared. Body scans and imaging have shown that our bodies are activated during visualizations in the same way as if we were actually doing the activity. Athletes and dancers regularly use visioning or visualization to improve their performance. So, as meditators, we can do it too. We were made for these times and are able to move through the transitions, challenges in our lives with grace. Remember to be gentle with yourself and see the beauty that surrounds you in every moment. Please join me in a prayer. As we center ourselves in our one source, that one presence, that divine spirit that I call God. And God is in and through everything and everyone. The spirit of joy and happiness. The spirit that surrounds everything we see. From the flowers and the trees just bursting open. The spirit of love in nature. And I am one with this divine essence. I am one with God. And God is in and through everything and everyone. And we are one with this divine presence. This divine presence of joy and happiness. The divine presence of any situation, knowing that as we stay centered in our source, this one source, we can weather any storm, any difficulty. We can flow knowing that the wheel spins and praise and discouragement all become a blur. We know we have the emotions to see the gratitude, to see the joy as we move through life, the joys, the good times, and the not so good times. We have and we are one with God and able to just embrace that and be part of that. And I'm so grateful for these 4 weeks of just exploring emotions and how we've just come together, utilizing the tools and the source that are available, and just remembering the simplicity of being in the center of the wheel, the center of our own bodies, the inner source, our inner soul, that calm place that allows us to observe what is happening. And I'm grateful that I'm able to respond with loving kindness or respond in silence, knowing that all will go well. It just needs to be revealed. And I'm grateful for the knowledge and understanding that it is good and very good. And I gratefully and openly, with confidence, release this into the universal law, knowing that it is done, and so it is. Amen. Let's move into our meditation. And tonight we're going to revisit all that we have learned in these 4 weeks. So I invite you to settle into a comfortable position, keeping your eyes closed if that's comfortable, or taking a nice soft gaze. And feel your body just settle into the chair, couch, or your surroundings. And connect with your breath. And let yourself enjoy a deep inhale and a long, slow exhale. Rest here, connecting to yourself and the earth. Think of a challenge or transition that has occurred or is happening now. See yourself continuing to move through your challenge or transition until you've reached the other side. See how you will look and feel when the storm has settled. Feel the confidence, the at peace, the relief. I'm going to guide you in a deep way or a detailed way to visualize yourself using the tools that we've learned to meet whatever challenges, fears, or confusions may arise. Picture yourself coming home to your body and mind, taking good care of this moment, knowing that it is the best way to take care of your future. See yourself getting so good that it becomes a habit, and you find you're in a place where you're more often than not home with yourself. What does it feel like in your body? Imagine yourself resting back and trusting the unknown as you let the big question or problem you face rest like a seed in the soil of your inner spirit, maturing in its own time, knowing you have patience, you are calm. Feel it growing in you day by day. Imagine yourself resting back and trusting the unknown as you let go of the big question or problem you face. Rest like the seed in your soil. Imagine yourself resting back and trusting the unknown as you let the big question or problem you face rest like a seed in the soil of your inner spirit, maturing in its own time. You have patience. You are calm. Feel it growing in you day by day. Are you growing this big heart capable of accepting what is, even suffering, so that you don't make it worse by resisting it? What is it like to know you can accept whatever comes your way, to not be afraid, touch the reality inside you? See yourself confidently weathering the storm by coming down to the trunk of your tree, to breathe in deeply in your belly and walk or move with a kind attention to each step or movement. You discover and apply new practices as you need. Experience confidence now down in your bones, knowing you have many tools you can rely on to see you through whatever may come. As you breathe in and out, visualize yourself mindfully and wisely caring for disturbing emotions with compassion, becoming more and more free of unhelpful patterns until these emotions have less and less hold upon you. How do you feel knowing you can skillfully work with strong emotions? Let yourself feel this now. Picture yourself aware of impermanence from moment to moment, allowing the 5 remembrances to remind you to meet the certainty of loss and separation with an open heart and a clear mind. And see yourself remaining unmoved by the confusion and disorder of the 8 worldly winds, swayed by neither praise nor blame, remaining in the eye of the wheel and going beneath the surface of the waves to touch that peace and vastness of water. How does it feel to move through the world when you understand you are not separate from self, but one with God and full of everything? Notice the clarity and peace this brings. See yourself with a calm smile on your face as you imagine yourself engulfed, embraced in the love of equanimity, inclusiveness that doesn't attach or cling. Your inner spirit finds its way back to the center. How does it feel to know you can trust yourself, to know you can always find a way to be more and more at ease with the condition in your life? And you are moving through your life able to harness the power of nurturing good, skillfully calling the gratitude, especially when times are tough. You are skilled at creating moments of happiness for yourself and others. See it clearly now. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Who are you bringing joy to? Let your body experience that now. And then see that everything you experience in your life has led you to this moment, which is exactly where you need to be. You were made for these times, to meet this moment as it is, whatever it brings. You have everything you need to do that. Feel the confidence, that ease. Take a moment to be in this place on the other side of your difficulties as you fully and deeply go inward as you can. Are you facing not only individual challenges in transition, but also collective ones? Take a moment now to connect one aspect of our current collective crisis that is particularly important or resonates for you. Maybe it's connecting to how humans are harming the earth or oppressing each other. Maybe it's related to perpetual wars or the suffering or the refugees or immigrants or systematic racism or crushing poverty and debt. Feel the weightlessness of whichever issue or crisis you have chosen. See it in your mind's eye. What would it mean for the collective to address this difficulty with wisdom? Visualize what real freedom, justice, and compassion would look and feel like if this crisis were resolved, deeply understood, and no longer continues indefinitely. Envision food, shelter, safety, lasting peace, and healing for all humans, all species, and the earth itself. Open to the possibilities that this could exist, and notice how it feels in your body. Now imagine that you can contribute to this. Just take a moment and imagine. May you be well. May you have all that you need to go through these difficult times. May you trust and let go. May you dwell in your true home. So when you're ready, open your eyes, but we're going to come back to the present. And pat your body to bring your awareness to the here and the now. And once you're ready, once again, you may open your eyes. And as you're coming back, I'm going to end tonight's talk by building on the 8 worldly winds that we explored last week. The 8 worldly winds are the spokes of the wheel that represent both happy and challenging emotions. But our mission, if we choose to accept, is to stay centered as the wheel spins. The way we obtain balance by riding the wheel in the center, not clinging to our emotions, but letting them flow. So I'm going to end on a poem by Dr. Thomas Sanders. Dr. Sanders is a science of mind minister and an expert on Ernest Holmes and Thomas Troward. He's been my teacher for several courses. So Dr. Sanders' poem. The wheel spins and you ride the wheel. You follow the arrow of time. Where is the wisdom? Where is the love? Where is the reason, the rhyme? Sometimes you spin towards the edge, lost, out of control. The power of entropy pulls you away from the center, your soul. Faster and faster the wheel spins, but out of the darkness a light, glimpsing snapshots of other lives and knowing that everything's right. Who speeds up the wheel? Who slows it down? Who determines the course that you take? Your own choice is what makes it go round. Your decisions create your own fate. To the center of the wheel, to your essence you move, heeding wisdom's still quiet call. You move to the center, away from the edge, observing and loving it all. Thank you. It's been great spending 4 weeks with you. And like always, the journaling questions are this week and will be posted on the Greater Las Vegas website. And the first one is, did the poem by Dr. Tom Sanders help you understand the 8 worldly winds to stay present, to stay centered when the wheel is spinning? If so, how? Second, how might the practice of equanimity and inclusiveness support you in the challenge or change you currently face? And lastly, how might you grow your seeds of happiness and joy? And thank you for letting me spend the month of May with you. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.
Here at Center for Spiritual Living Greater Las Vegas, we are a mission and vision-driven community. We offer transformative educational opportunities, deep and meaningful moments of connection, uplifting Wednesday and Sunday services. We greatly appreciate your contributions that support the amazing work we're doing here in Southern Nevada. We have several easy ways you can contribute. We have text to give. Simply text the amount of your donation to our text to give number, and you'll be prompted to enter your information. There's a link to our online donation page posted below this video where you can contribute by debit or credit card. And of course, you're always welcome to send a check to our office if that works better for you. All of your contributions go to support the great work that we're doing here in Greater Las Vegas community.
I let go, I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Sing it up. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Again now. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God.
publication, Science of Mind magazine, is a treasure to be read and contemplated. Along with in-depth articles, there is a day-to-day spiritual support to be gleaned from its daily guides. Licensed practitioner Lynn Frankenberger hosts Adventures in Faith every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on Zoom, and you're invited to join in. This is a weekly group discussion that focuses on those daily guides and how to apply them. Check Facebook and our weekly newsletter for more details. CSL Greater Las Vegas brings you much of your favorite spiritual music every Friday at 7 p.m. with spiritual soundscapes. Enjoy performances from CSLGLV vocalists along with special guest singers. It's music for your soul. Subscribe to the CSLGLV YouTube channel to get a convenient link sent to you for each musical performance. At CSL Greater Las Vegas, it is our mission to inspire spiritual discovery through community connection, exploration, and celebration. This mission supports the all-inclusive vision of Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide, in which we envision a world that works for everyone and all of creation.